Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A dispute with Brooke and Ridge drives Katie closer to quitting Forrester. Dylan could not stop apologizing for killing Finn's daughter, despite her vow that she would never have taken a life on purpose. Elektra realized that it was a shock to everyone, and they wanted to support Dylan's decision to come out to them. She pleaded with them to believe her that it was an accident, not a deliberate act of revenge. Despite Luna's earlier offenses against Dylan, she never thought about revenge, and there was no malevolent reason behind tracking her down. Will and Elektra hoped Steffi and Finn understood where Dylan was coming from. Finn felt divided about the feelings about his daughter, but that didn't change the fact that he believed Dylan. Never for a single second did he and Steffi think Dylan was the kind of person to invent a tragic vengeance plot. They had a great deal of respect for her in addition to believing her. Despite the fact that she was operating the vehicle that killed Luna, Dylan was grateful that they felt sympathy for her. Steffi told her not to feel guilty about anything connected to Luna, because she is just one of many people influenced by the deceased murderer. Will and Elektra promised to support her during the recovery process, and they advised her to take back her life. Will and Elektra returned to the beach home and mused on Dylan's courage to speak up. However, they ultimately formed an agreement to discontinue any discourse of Luna. Their future was too bright with her in the rearview mirror, and talking about her would just bog them down. Finn and Steffi thought about Dylan's boldness, and Finn wanted to follow suit. He wanted to put Luna's black cloud behind them, so they could finally go on. Steffi wanted him to work through his unsolved difficulties first, but he assured her that he was okay. Finn thought he could just forget about Luna and concentrate on taking back their lives if Steffi was on his side. Bill told Liam about Katie's PR skills, and how they could help the acquisition go more smoothly. Katie was vital in assisting Bill getting the generational company, and he was more adamant than ever that Katie and will leave Forrester for Spencer. Liam informed his father that Katie enjoyed her career in PR, but the trouble lied in that she also loved fashion. Spencer was unable to give her the fashion outlet she was looking for. Despite Liam protesting otherwise, Bill revealed that he wasn't at his best during his last marriage to Katie. He didn't want Katie to be trapped at Forrester, where her skills would be squandered. While he thought Katie running Forrester was the finest option for their company, he much preferred the concept of her jumping ship. Liam was impressed by Bill's ongoing ability to maintain composure and better himself. For once, Bill was entirely dedicated to being the guy that Katie deserved. He would not let her heart be broken once more. Bill interrupted Liam off mid-sentence and stated he had somewhere more important to be: Forrester Creations. He was making a surprise visit to check on Katie and support her against what felt like a potential phase-out. Brooke pinched herself since she and Ridge have outlasted every challenge to remain together after several decades. She hoped they would have many more years together. They were in a passionate moment when Katie arrived, and she wasn't shocked to see them in that situation. They were surprised to find her at work, but she said that because she was still employed there, she wouldn't be anywhere else. Katie shared an update on Will and the rest of their family. To everyone's surprise, Ridge expressed his pride in Bill for taking the initiative and praised his increased focus as a father. Katie was more interested in pitching Ridge and Steffi fresh ideas than she was in delving into the issues around Luna. The only CEO in attendance was Ridge, but Brooke was just as curious about what her little sister had in mind. Katie offered a multi-step method to offset the unfavorable headlines around Luna's former connection to Forrester. But Katie's ideas weren't necessary because the outside PR agency was already putting them into practice. Katie was more than ready to move back into her PR role, but Brooke and Ridge weren't ready to commit to that. Katie defended her skill set and reminded the couple that she was at the helm of all of Forrester's key marketing projects. Even if Ridge only saw her tenure as CEO of Forrester as a difficult period for the business, Katie remembered her time there. Brooke sought to speak on behalf of herself and Ridge, but Katie wasn't having it. "Are you co-CEO now?" she asked. "Has Steffi been ignored?" Katie appeared hurt, and Brooke denied it. She claimed that her sister didn't seem to be supporting her. Ridge attempted to explain it away as business-related rather than personal, but Katie's expression suggested otherwise. Brooke was concerned that Katie might take things too personally once she departed. In her office, Bill walked in on Katie, who was visibly distressed by her argument with Brooke and Ridge. When he questioned what had happened, she explained in detail how they had missed her pitches. Katie believed there would be more assistance because she felt ignored by her sister and brother-in-law. "You, Katie Logan, are a powerhouse," Bill remarked, meeting her gaze. "You are. You have often demonstrated your abilities. You have rescued this place from one public relations issue and debacle to another. They need to be thanking you on their knees. Instead, you are underappreciated and disregarded." He reminded her yet again that working for Spencer was where she truly belonged. What Finn's grief means for his marriage. When Luna, Lisa Yamada, was alive, Finn had no desire to interact with her. He wants to know who the driver was now that she has truly died. By this point, the driver's name was kept under wraps. On Monday's episode, Finn immediately called the cops, asking who had run Luna down. However, how will such knowledge benefit him? He will only feel more hurt and guilty about not getting to meet his daughter as a result. Finn's mourning could assist release the guilt of not providing Luna with a solid father role in her life, which she greatly needed. He can only lament the cousin he knew during his boyhood. Finn's marriage might be in jeopardy because he never got to know Luna as his daughter. By this moment, Shin has kept strong together. Finn promised Steffi, Jacqueline McInnes would, that he would pick her and their family over Luna, and he's retained that mindset. But after Luna passed away, that was no longer the case. His temperament altered as he realized the truth. More Shin angst may result from Dylan's, Sydney Bullock, startling confession. According to the B&B preview, Finn bitterly shouts, "You killed my daughter?" It was obviously not deliberate. Dylan feels bad about what she did. She even expresses regret to Finn for the incident. However, this could bring up feelings that he's held behind for the sake of keeping his family together. Dylan's confession could bring closure on Luna's death. Steffi and Finn's problems may potentially be hinted to in this plot. Steffi questioned Finn for his honest sentiments about his daughter's death. Although he acknowledged having mixed emotions, he consistently prioritized his family. All Finn knew of Luna was his intelligent, youthful cousin, who exuded optimism. He had seen a dark, unsettling aspect about Luna in recent years. He just learned out this year that she was his biological daughter. It's a lot of information to process all at once. Going forward, LA's top doctor will have mixed emotions. How will Steffi be able to handle that since she only knows of the Luna who wanted her dead? Finn might blame his wife for not allowing him to get to know his daughter, which means that Steffi might get in the midst of Liam, Scott Clifton, and Hope's engagement joy. Thomas's surprising new girlfriend has a connection to Daphne? The bold and the beautiful spoilers imply that Thomas Forrester could have a new hookup. Is she someone his family will approve of? This is the man who used to eat with a mannequin that was made to resemble Hope Logan, after all. Doubting Thomas was preoccupied when we last saw him. He had no GF and his dad had just dumped his mom. But things seem to have taken a turn for lighter days if indeed the handsome designer is squiring a new female on his Nepo baby arm. When Thomas last visited Los Angeles, he was having a hard time adjusting to the breakup of his engagement to Paris Buckingham, which is close to social work. His morosity was heightened upon learning that Rich Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester were married, and some felt Thomas was set to succumb to the dark side once again. Thomas will be home for the holidays and fans should expect to see him when his loved ones catch up. Will we discover out that Thomas has a new girlfriend? According to spoilers, Thomas will take the mysterious woman to Los Angeles, where she might make an unexpected acquaintance. That's because fall preview spoilers hinted that someone tied to Daphne Rose's background will appear. We still haven't seen this individual. What are the chances that she is dating Thomas? Thomas may have fallen in love with Daphne if she has a gorgeous sister. Given our familiarity with soap operas, the sisters might be at odds. We are speculating here, but Daphne's past is unclear, and it makes logical to connect her to a second individual in LA. If this woman is who we predict she could be, what would her issue be? Is she a gold digger, a man-eater, or an opportunist who could destroy Thomas's heart? Daphne would be wary if a bad actor became too close to the family, because she is friends with Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes would. Spicy the bold and the beautiful spoilers imply that Thomas's homecoming could come with a bombshell, so stay tuned. A stunner for Finn and Steffi. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for hint Finn and Steffi knowing more about Luna's death than they ever wanted to know. A guilty Miss Dillon has confessed to Electra Forrester that she was the one who ran down Luna Nozawa, causing her horrific death. However, Electra is not broken up about it because it's not like Luna was family or anything. She was Electra's worst mortal enemy. However, Electra does feel awful for her buddy and recognizes that confession is beneficial for the soul. Is it the reason she takes her to the home of John Finn Finnegan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan? Dillon shocks Steffi and Finn by telling them that she killed Finn's daughter. However, neither one of them was broken up by Luna's death either. Steffi could wish to award Dillon a medal for a job well done since they were aware of who and what Luna was. We're not really sure why Dillon killed Luna, so hopefully there's a surprising turn of events. Despite her personal involvement in the entire scenario, Katie Logan, Heather Tom, is determined to manage the PR fallout from the Luna fiasco for some strange reason. However, seeing how Brooke Logan is fine with a new PR firm managing it all upsets Katie. She believes she can do her work well, and has no idea why people are trying to usurp her. This drives Katie to start questioning a couple things in life. By coming back into the Spencer home and getting back together with Dollar Bill Spencer, she is already changing. No, a wedding is not exactly in the horizon yet, but maybe a job shift is. Katie has been stagnating at Forrester Creations for far too long, and now it doesn't even look like anyone has faith in her anymore. Will Katie eventually land a job at Spencer Publications and fulfill all of Bill's dreams? Dillon's a con artist trying to cash in on killing Luna? According to spoilers for the CBS serial opera The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna Nozawa's killer may still be at large. Dillon, the intern, might have admitted to a crime she didn't commit. Is the Forrester crew being duped by Hayes' former art instructor? Find out by continuing to read. Here's what's happening this week on BNB spoilers below. Dillon has been lurking in Electra Forrester and Will Spencer Jr.'s shadows for weeks, and working as an unpaid intern at Forrester Creations. She definitely is a struggling student and doesn't come from riches, or else she wouldn't be playing art instructor on the beach with Hayes Forrester in her leisure time. Who knows what other side occupations she has had to pick up to make ends meet. Luna Nozawa was easily the most loathed woman in Los Angeles, and Dillon even had a terrible run-in with her. When Dillon spotted Luna sprinting across the street, did she see dollar signs? If Dillon has been worrying over being the next Electra Forrester or Steffi Forrester, killing their shared enemy seems like a surefire method to catch their attention. According to teasers for this week's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi will meet Luna's killer when she visits Finn to apologize. Obviously Steffi will recognize Dillon from around the office and working with her kid. Deep LY, Steffi is pleased that Luna is dead and gone. She couldn't cut Dillon a check for vehicular manslaughter, but she can make sure that her career thrives at Forrester Creations. For this year's Christmas bonus, Hayes' mother could even give her a little extra. Running Luna down and stopping her reign of terror could turn out to be quite good for Dillon. Could that have prompted her to confess to the crime even if she didn't commit it? Luna didn't have to worry about going to jail because whoever ran her down wouldn't be prosecuted. Who actually struck the prisoner with their automobile that evening, though, if Dillon is merely a clout chaser?